Beloved family, welcome to the Merkaba Temple Online Service. Tonight we gather for the final service of 2025, not to review the year and not to judge it, and not to rush ahead of what is already unfolding. We are here to stand at the threshold, to pause, to arrive, and to recognize what has already been carried through us. Let's all take a deep breath, letting your body settle and letting yourself be right here.
Today is not about endings. It is about integration. It is about acknowledging the ground we've walked, the truths we've faced, the courage that has already moved through our lives, often quietly, often imperfectly, but faithfully. You don't need to fix anything to be here. You don't need to be resolved, enlightened, or complete. We simply invite you to arrive.
And as always, Merkaba Temple is an interspiritual sanctuary. You are welcome here whether you walk with Christ, Krishna, Buddha, Shiva, the Divine Mother, with your ancestors, with the Mother Earth, or simply with the quiet knowing in your own heart. All paths that lead toward truth, embodiment, and love are honored in this space.
Today's service marks a crossing from one year into the next, from what has been into what is becoming. I'll be sharing today's teaching, a New Year transmission entitled Gratitude, Manifestation, and the Year Ahead. What courage has manifested, a year of miracles. This is not a vision board for the future. It is a moment of recognition, a chance to name what truth has already set in motion, and to enter the new year with clarity, humility, and trust.
Whether this is your first time with us or you've been walking alongside this community for some time, we are so grateful that you are here. Let's take one more breath and let the outside world fall away for a moment, and let us continue together with what's rising in the temple.
A few opening announcements. Merkaba Retreats recently celebrated 1 year of walking souls through the fire and back home again. What began as a quiet act of devotion has grown into a living lineage of transformation. If you'd like to see what this first year has held, Christopher has shared a picture-rich blog post honoring the journey at www.merkabaretreats.com. We are also currently booking private one-on-one and couple immersions for those seeking a more intimate, customized retreat experience.
We are also now booking our Spring Equinox Signature Group Immersion, March 9th through 15th, 2026, entitled Equinox Preparation and Renewal, Balance, Release, and Restore. You know, the spring equinox is one of nature's most powerful thresholds, equal light and equal shadow, inviting harmony and renewal. This 7-day immersion offers a space to cleanse, recalibrate, and reawaken your natural rhythm through sacred ceremony, somatic integration, and energetic purification. So schedule your complimentary planning call with us today at archershaw.guru.
We're grateful to share that the Merkaba Temple website has been significantly upgraded. You can now visit the Temple Online Library, where you'll find full service replays and teachings, upcoming audio transmissions, and written sermons and teachings in our new Temple blog. We've also added our Horizon Council to the Meet Us page, honoring those who help hold and steward this temple field. You can explore all of this at merkabachurch.com.
And the Archer Shaw Temple podcast is now available on Spotify, Amazon, and Apple Music. Please visit archershaw.guru/listen for all of the links.
Thank you for walking with us into the closing of this year and into what's being born for the next. And now let us formally open the energetic gateway of today's service with the Adi Mantra. The Adi Mantra is the mantra of humble invocation and surrender. It means I bow to the infinite wisdom, the divine teacher within and without, the great Guru that lives in all beings. Let this mantra awaken the remembrance that Guru is guiding every heartbeat, every breath, every unfolding step of this journey. We take 3 deep breaths, and on the 4th breath, we sing Om Namo Gurudev Namo together 3 times. If you know it, join us. And if you're just now learning it, feel free to listen and join in when you feel comfortable. Here we go. Rubbing our hands together, activating the left and right hemispheres of the brain. Bringing the thumbs to heart center, taking a deep breath in and release. Once again, and release. Again, and release. Receive the breath to begin. Hum, hum. Divine light in us, through us, and all around us. On this sacred evening, as one year completes and another begins, we turn our attention towards you. Not to ask for more, but to recognize what has already been given. Not to escape what has been, but to bless it, integrate it, and carry it forward with wisdom. We honor the courage that has walked with us through this year, the truth spoken, the healings begun, the lives rearranged by honesty and grace. We call upon the living wisdom of all paths, Christ, Krishna, Buddha, Shiva, the Divine Mother, the saints, the sages, the ancestors, and the nameless source that breathed through every tradition. May this temple be a place of remembrance. May this moment be a place of arrival. May each body here feel safe enough to be honest, steady enough to be present, and open enough to receive what is already unfolding. As we cross into a new year, we ask not for illusion, but for clarity. Not for comfort alone, but for courage. Not for certainty, but for the trust in the path that is revealing itself step by step. Bless this community. Bless the work that is being done through it. Bless the truths that are ready to be spoken and the lives that are ready to change. May gratitude become our posture. May integrity become our ground. May devotion become our direction. And may the light that has guided us here continue to move through our breath, our choices, and our service to the world. Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Om Guru Om.
Om Guru Om.
Amen.
Amen.
Aho.
Aho.
Ashe.
Ashe.
And so it
And
is.
so it is. Today we chant Hari Om Tat Sat for our mantra. This is a mantra of ultimate truth, the recognition that what is real has already been established. Hari, the dissolver of illusion, the one who removes what is false. Om, the primordial sound, the vibration from which all arises. Tat, that, the absolute beyond name and form. And Sat, truth, that which is. Together, Hari Om Tat Sat affirms that which is true is already so. There is nothing to manifest here, nothing to strive for, and nothing to fix. We are simply aligning with what already exists beneath every story, every fear, and every hope. We'll chant together gently with the music. You may place a hand on your heart or simply rest your hands in your lap with your eyes closed and resting in the breath. Here we go.
Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.
Taking a moment to let the sound settle. Let the body receive what has already been spoken. Hari Om Tat Sat is not something we do. It's something we remember. A recognition that truth is already established and that we are simply aligning with it. From this place of stillness, we now turn toward lineage, toward the stream of living wisdom that has carried seekers home for generations. The words you're about to hear are not meant to be analyzed. They are meant to be received, not as belief, but as resonance. Today, we receive a transmission from Guru Nityananda of Ganeshpuri, offered as guidance, blessing, and remembrance for this threshold moment as 1 year completes and another opens. To read Guru's message, we invite our brother Jacob. Jacob, the field is yours.
Thank you. Beloved ones, the year does not end, it completes. What has been learned has already entered you. What has been faced has already changed you. Do not rush past this knowing. Many of you are tempted to ask, what comes next? But first, I ask you to notice what has already arrived. Truth spoken does not disappear. Courage chosen does not dissolve. Love embodied does not retreat. You are not the same beings who began this year. Some of you who walked through fire. Some of you laid down what could no longer be carried. Some of you learned how to stay when leaving once felt safer. Do not minimize this. The new year does not ask you to become someone else. It asks you to stand where you already are, without abandoning yourself. Children, manifestation is not created by effort. It is revealed by alignment. When your words agree with your heart, when your actions agree with your truth, when your body agrees with your soul, life responds naturally. There is no struggle in this. There is no forcing. There is only coherence. You are not late. You are not behind. You have not missed your moment. The path ahead will open in proportion to your honesty. The way will appear as you remain present. Walk simply, speak truthfully, choose what is clean. Let gratitude steady you. Let community support you. Let devotion guide your steps. And remember, you are already being carried. You are already being led. You are already enough. Rest here for a moment. The year has turned. The light remains. Om Guru Om. Jai Guru.
Jacob. Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you.
Beloved family, allow the Guru's words to settle. There is nothing to understand right now, only something to receive. Notice your breath. Notice the quiet in the body. Notice what is softened and what is steadied. This is how wisdom moves, not as instruction, but as resonance. And now we allow that resonance to continue through sound, not as performance, not as distraction, but as vibration, a way for truth to move from the mind into the heart, and from the heart into the whole body. Roy will now offer a song to help integrate what has been spoken and to carry us gently forward. Roy, take us there. Roy, you're muted.
Thank you. How about stopping eating when I'm full? How about them transparent, dangling carrots? How about that ever elusive kudo? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. How about not blaming you for everything? How about me enjoying the moment for once? How about how good it feels to finally forgive you? How about grieving it all one at a time? Thank you, India. Thank you, terror. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, frailty. Thank you, consequence. Thank you, silence. The moment I let go of it was the moment I got more than I could handle. The moment I jumped off of it was the moment I touched down. How about no longer being masochistic? How about remembering your divinity? How about unabashedly bawling your eyes out? How about not equating death with stopping? Thank you, evidence. Thank you, disillusionment. Thank you, nothingness. Thank you, clarity. Thank you, silence. Yeah, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So letting the sound settle and noticing what the song has opened, not in thought, but in the body. You know, music has a way of bypassing the mind and speaking directly to the places where truth already lives. From that space, from this steadiness, from this presence, we now move into today's teaching. What you're about to hear is not a lecture, and it's not a performance. What you're about to hear is a testimony of truth lived, courage chosen, and grace revealed over time. Today's New Year transmission is offered by my beloved soulmate and a devoted steward to this temple. Aeon will share a teaching entitled Gratitude, Manifestation, and the Year Ahead. What courage has manifested, a year of miracles. Receive it as an offering, let it meet you where you are, and let it speak to what is ready. My love, the field is yours.
Om Namah Shivaya.
Namah Shivaya.
All right. Thank you again, Roy, for that song. It's going to be stuck in my head now all night. I appreciate it. It's a good one. Family, I invite you to take a breath with me. Deep inhale. And exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. And exhale. Arriving here. You're entering a sacred space. A breath that remembers. A breath that returns you. A breath that brings you home to the one who lives within you. This evening, we gather not only to end a year, but to cross a threshold. We gather in the presence of the divine, in the radiance of Sat Chit Ananda, meaning truth, consciousness, and bliss. In the protection of our ancestors, the guidance of our teachers, and the embrace of this community that has become family. We open our hearts, we open this temple, and we open this new year in devotion to our collective becoming. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Guru Om. Amen. Aho. Ashe. And so it is. If you told me a year ago that I would be sitting here today, clear, sober, grounded, and in my purpose, with a partner, a ministry, a community, a temple rising from the soil of Puerto Vallarta, and a full constellation of sacred work emerging around me, I would not have believed you. Because last year at this time, I was not in a place of vision. I was in a place of total collapse. 3 years into addiction, 3 years of disappearing, 3 years of choosing isolation over connection, shame over support, and pain over possibility. Last New Year, I stayed home instead of going to my mother's house. I told myself it was the weather, but truthfully, I didn't want to face the love I didn't feel worthy of. I chose the darkness I knew instead of the light that scared me. And I lay there at the end of December, feeling the ache of another year closing with nothing changing, and feeling stuck inside a life I didn't know how to leave. And many of you know this feeling. The Bhagavad Gita calls it moha, the fog, the confusion of the soul. Buddhist teachings call it dukkha, the suffering that comes from misalignment. And the Psalms call it the valley of the shadow. And we all have valleys. We all have nights of wrestling. We all have moments where the year ends and we think, I should be farther by now. I should be different. Why can't I get it right? But dear family, the end of a year is not a judgment. It's an invitation. Shortly after that new year, I was invited into a spiritual mastermind group. And here's the truth. I knew I wasn't ready. I knew my life was not in integrity. I knew addiction still had its claws in me. But something deeper, something ancient, rose inside of me and whispered, take a leap. And that leap became the doorway of my resurrection. When I entered that first call, I heard the stories of the 7 other participants. And one story struck me like lightning. It mirrored mine with uncanny precision. And that was the first time I heard Christopher's story. And in that moment, my entire soul recognized this is a divine appointment, a moment of providence, a doorway created by something greater than myself. The Upanishads say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. But sometimes that teacher shows up as another wounded healer, telling the truth you've been too afraid to speak. Christopher's story broke open my silence, and I made one of the most courageous decisions of my life. I told the truth. I reached out and I told him everything. The addiction, the shame, the hiding, the fear. And instead of abandonment, I was met with compassion. Instead of judgment, I was met with acceptance. Instead of being discarded, I was held fully in my humanity, in my divinity. It was the first time in years that I saw my worth reflected back to me. Now, my story is personal, but the principle is universal. Every sacred tradition gives the same teaching. Jesus said, the truth will set you free. And the Yoga Sutras mention satya, truthfulness. When one is established in truth, actions and their fruit align. Buddha said, in the moment of seeing clearly, liberation arises. The Kabbalah says the light enters only where the vessel is open. You see, truth is the doorway. Truth is the initiation. Truth is the first step toward becoming who we truly are. And the moment you choose truth, the universe rearranges itself around your willingness to be real. Now, there is a healing power in community. So Christopher and I spoke and we came up with a plan. And then came the second act of courage. I told the truth to the entire mastermind group. The fear of rejection was heavy. But beloveds, they held me with more grace than I'd ever received from my peers. They did not shame me. They did not pull away. They did not try to fix me. They held me tenderly, fiercely, and fully. That group became my lifeline, my scaffolding, my soul family, my horizon council in embryo. In the yogic tradition, this is Sangha, the sacred community that lifts the soul into awakening. The Buddha said, community is not half the path, it is the entire path. And for me, that was true. Now, there's some hard and beautiful work when it comes to recovery, because recovery was not glamorous. It was messy. It was slow. It was agonizing at times. But I kept going. And in that slow climb, I rediscovered something I had lost: my worth, my voice, my heart, and my purpose. I remembered that my deepest desire has always been to be of service, to bring love, understanding, and healing. But I learned a truth that every mystic eventually discovers: you cannot transmit what you do not give yourself. And so I began to give myself what I had long withheld: compassion, honesty, dignity, devotion, and space to grow. And not surprisingly, the universe responded. Grace met me at every turn. Support rose beneath my feet. Synchronicity opened path after path. And this is what the Bhagavad Gita means when it says, when you take one step toward Dharma, Dharma takes 100 steps towards you. And now my entire life is a living testament to that principle. Now, this is where the story turns toward the future, because everything I lived this year teaches one essential truth. Transformation begins with one act of courage and continues with one act of honesty and expands with one act of trust. And as we enter a new year, this becomes our collective teaching. Where are you being called to tell the truth? Where are you being asked to rise? Where is your soul pulling you forward? And what doorway is waiting for your yes? This year ahead is not random, it is an initiation. This is a year of embodiment, a year of clarity, a year of sacred leadership, a year of stepping fully into who you are. And before we cross that threshold together, before we step into the new becoming that awaits us, we must pause and turn toward the year that has brought us here. Because spiritual growth is not only about visioning what is next, it is about honoring the ground we've already walked. The teachers we met, the grace that carried us, the courage that rose within us, the miracles that unfolded quietly while we were still learning how to stand. And family, to enter the new year consciously, we must look back with reverence. We must acknowledge the fingerprints of the divine in every chapter of this year. We must honor what courage has created. We must name the blessings that were born because we dared to keep going. When I look at what this year has brought forth, I am humbled to my knees. And I don't use that phrase lightly, because everything I'm about to name did not arise from perfection, did not arise from spiritual superiority, did not arise from having it all together. It arose from truth. It arose from surrender. It arose from trembling, yes, spoken in the dark when I didn't know the way forward. This year became a garden I did not know that I was planting. So I want to take a moment of gratitude for the year that we've walked through. First, I'd like to give gratitude to Christopher, my partner in life and spirit. I want to start with gratitude that lives right at the center of my heart, the gift of serving and loving alongside Christopher. This man has been a mirror, a teacher, a companion, a witness, a co-creator, and a soul ally sent by Providence. Through Merkaba Temple, Merkaba retreats, and the deeper currents of our life together, we have become not just two individuals walking side by side, but a pair of instruments tuned to the same frequency of service, devotion, and awakening. The Gospel of Matthew says, where two or more gather in my name, I am there in the midst. And I feel that truth every time we sit in council, every time we pray, every time we teach, and every time we serve. Christopher, thank you for seeing me when I could not see myself, for holding me when I could not hold myself, for being the first person in many years to look into my chaos and recognize my soul. Our partnership is one of the greatest blessings of this lifetime. And next, I bow to this temple, to all of you, with deep reverence, to each one of you who show up week after week, month after month, through seasons of joy and seasons of unraveling. Merkaba Temple is not a brand, it is not an organization, it is a living field of transformation, a body of light built by every one of your prayers, a sanctuary for the world that is being born. The Upanishads say, wherever there is a gathering seeking truth, the divine is already present. And beloveds, you have made that true here. In gratitude for Merkaba retreats, to the souls who journeyed with us this year in Merkaba retreats, who came open-hearted, who cried, who laughed, who released and remembered their power. You are the reason this work exists. Watching you blossom, watching you break open, watching you rise, it has been one of the holiest privileges of my life. And I have to give gratitude for my recovery groups. Recovery is not a private miracle, it is a communal one. the people who sat with me in those first fragile months, per se, you're one of them, the ones who listened to my story, prayed with me, supported me, laughed with me, challenged me, they are all part of my resurrection. The Buddha said, the refuge in the Sangha. And the Sangha is community. And truly, my recovery community has been a refuge of light. Gratitude for the souls walking this path, the Horizon Council, Jacob, Irena, Perse, Roy, each of you has become a pillar in this unfolding movement of awakening. You have brought your devotion, your brilliance, your song, your tears, your courage, your insight. You did not just attend, you arrived. You show up with your whole selves. The Talmud says when you save one life, you save the world entire. And each of you, through your own healing, your own awakening, your own work, has saved worlds inside yourselves. And through that, blessed this entire community. You are the Horizon Council because you embody the horizon of what is possible in the human spirit. And I have to give gratitude to Louis and Maria, the birth of the Om Zone here in Puerto Vallarta. The miracle of meeting Louis and his mother Maria, a family with deep roots here in Puerto Vallarta, a lineage of devotion, a heart for healing, a vision aligned with our own. Together we have birthed the Om Zone Collective, a cross-cultural, cross-border, cross-generational movement of wellness, yoga, surf, community, and spiritual emergence. This connection was orchestrated far beyond anything we could have planned ourselves. It is the embodiment of the Vedic truth. When the heart is pure, the path appears. Louis, Maria, I am honored to walk this path with you. And gratitude for our temple space in Puerto Vallarta. And now a dream has become form, the Archer-Shaw Temple in PV, a physical space, not just walls and floors, but a sanctuary for awakening, a lighthouse for the community, a home for yoga, meditation, counsel, ceremony. We have not only built a temple, we anchored a frequency. The Tao says the master builds with the invisible. This temple was built from intention, prayer, devotion, and love long before the construction is finished. And finally, the gratitude for the yoga and retreat space. This next manifestation almost feels unreal from where I was a year ago. It blows my mind. A full-scale yoga studio and retreat center, a place where souls will gather, heal, awaken, practice, rest, and rebirth. To see this emerging in the same year that began in darkness for me is nothing short of miraculous. The Bhagavad Gita says, out of the darkness, light is born. Out of the light, a new path emerges. And we are living that verse. We are its embodiment. And beloveds, this is only the beginning for all of us. So everything I've shared tonight is not about me. My story is simply the backdrop for a truth that belongs to all of us. Your past cannot prevent your purpose. Addiction could not stop destiny. Shame could not stop grace. And fear could not stop emergence. One act of truth can redirect an entire lifetime. Everything changed when I told the truth. You do not evolve alone. Community is the womb of transformation. Sangha, counsel, companionship, this is where new lives are born. You cannot transmit what you do not give yourself. Self-love is not indulgence. It is spiritual responsibility. When you align your dharma, doors open effortlessly. The universe responds to authenticity. You are always one choice away from resurrection. Always one choice away. The new year is not about becoming someone else. It's about remembering who you already are. In the Gospel of Thomas, Jesus says, if you bring forth what is within you will save you. And this year, I brought forth what was within me, and it saved my life. Next year, beloveds, you will bring forth what is within you, and it will transform everything. So the invitation for the new year, as we cross this threshold together, the question before each of us is simple. Where is your courage calling you? What truth have you been avoiding? What doorway is waiting for your yes? And what version of yourself is asking to be born? This year ahead is not merely a calendar cycle, it is a spiritual initiation, a year of embodiment, integrity, sacred leadership, devotion, creativity, clarity, and most importantly, community. A year where your Dharma becomes unavoidable. A year where your divine reveals itself through your life. A year of miracles that arise not from effort, but from alignment. Let us close with prayer. Beloved ones, as we step into this new year, may your truth rise like a dawn within you. May your courage awaken like a flame. May every old story fall away like ash. May you be guided by the wisdom of your soul. May you be anchored in the breath of God. May you be surrounded by community that lifts you. May you receive the blessings that are already on their way. And may your path unfold in grace, clarity, devotion, and purpose. May your healing bless the world. May your becoming be a gift to all who know you. And may you remember always that you are held, you are guided, you are chosen, and you are loved. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Guru Om. Amen. Aho. Ashe. And so it is. Now, family, let this teaching settle. There's nothing to take in right now, only something to allow. Christopher will now lead us into a short guided meditation to help integrate what has been spoken and let it land in the body. Simply listen, simply breathe, simply receive.
Oh, it was powerful. Thank you, my love, so much. Abadea.
Avadeo.
What a year. What an incredible year. We are blessed beyond measure. So let us all begin by simply arriving. If it's comfortable, allow your eyes to close or soften your gaze. Feel the weight of your body supported by the ground beneath you, noticing where you are held. Take a slow, deep breath in through the nose. And exhale gently through the mouth. Again, inhaling presence. And exhaling any unnecessary effort. There is nothing you need to do right now. Nothing to fix. Nothing to become. Just allow yourself to be here. Bringing one hand to your heart, or rest both hands easily in your lap. Noticing the steady rhythm of your breath. Noticing the quiet intelligence of your body. This body has carried you through an entire year of living, through moments of clarity and moments of uncertainty, through courage, through release, and through becoming. Take a moment to silently acknowledge that. Now bringing your awareness to the center of your chest. Not to analyze, but just to feel. Notice if there is warmth there, or stillness, or even numbness. Whatever is present is enough. Gently, in your own inner voice, offer one word of gratitude for something this year has given you. It might be obvious or subtle or something that only you know. And let that gratitude rest in the heart without forcing emotion. Now allow your awareness to widen to include your whole body. From the crown of your head, down through your throat, the chest, the belly, your hips, legs, and feet. Feeling yourself fully here, inhabiting your own life. Now, without searching, let one truth rise naturally, not a goal and not a resolution, simply a truth you already know, something that has become clear through lived experience. And you don't need to name it out loud, just recognize it. And let that truth settle into the body as a quiet steadiness. And if it feels right, silently affirm, I am aligned with what is true. I trust what has already been revealed. Take another slow breath. Feel the ground beneath you, the room around you. Feel the presence of this community. Many bodies, many stories, all held within the same field. Rest here for a few moments in simple awareness. And when you're ready, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle around your fingers and toes. And when it feels natural, open your eyes and come back to this place. Take your time coming back. Let what's settled in the meditation remain with you. There's no need to rush. The practice doesn't end here. It continues in how we live, how we choose, and how we participate. I will now guide us through our offering moment, an invitation into right exchange that helps sustain this temple and the work that flows through it. Beloved family, offering is not a transaction here. It is a gesture of participation, a way of saying yes to what nourishes you. If Merkaba Temple has supported your path, if these teachings, practices, and gatherings help you stay present, honest, and aligned, you are invited into right exchange. Your offerings help sustain this space, our weekly Zoom services, the growing temple work here in Mexico, retreat scholarships, and the steady continuation of this community. There is no obligation and no expectation, only an invitation. Give what feels true. Give from clarity, not pressure. Give from gratitude, not fear. If you feel called, you may offer through Venmo. Our Venmo is at Merkaba Church, all one word, or merkabachurch.com/donate to use your credit card or through PayPal. Whatever you give, whether financial, energetic, or simply presence, we thank you for being part of what is being built here.
Thank you, beloveds. Take one gentle breath and let whatever you offered in form, in intention, or in presence settle back into the heart. Let us close today's service with prayer.
Divine light in us, through us, and all around us. As the service comes to completion, we give thanks, not only for what was spoken, but for what was received. We honor the truths that have been named, the courage that has been recognized, and the grace that has carried us to this threshold moment. As one year completes and another opens, may we walk forward with clarity rather than haste, with integrity rather than effort, and with trust in what is already unfolding. Bless this community, bless the work that moves through it, bless the lives that are being shaped by honesty, devotion, and care. May what has been planted today continue to take root in our breath, our bodies, and our daily choices. May gratitude steady us. May truth guide us. May love move through us in simple, embodied ways. And as we step back into our lives, may we remember that we are held, we are guided, and we never walk alone. We seal this service and this year in reverence and in trust. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe,
And so it is. And per se would say, and so it shall be. Let us seal today's service by singing The Longtime Sun in Satnam. The words can be found in the chat. Longtime sun, shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. May your long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on, guide your way on. Guide your way on.
And bringing the palms together in prayer pose for Satnam.
Satnam.
Truth is our identity.
Satnam. Satnam.
Satnam, everyone.
And Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. Thank you so much.
As we complete this final service of 2025, we do not rush forward. We carry what has been given, we honor what has been walked, and we step into the new year with steadiness and trust. Thank you for your presence, your honesty, and your devotion to what is real. A deep bow of gratitude to our Horizon Council, Irena, Perse, Roy, and Jacob, for holding this temple with such care and integrity. Please stay with us after the service for a few moments of fellowship if you are able, and if not, we look forward to walking with you in the year ahead. Happy New Year. Namaste. Walk in light, walk in love, and remember, we are all one. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Guru Om, Amen, Aho, Ashe, and so it is, and so it shall be.
And so